Am I the asshole for embarrassing my wife in front of our friends by not going along with her lie? When my wife and I got married, we were both working. Once our first child was born, she wanted to quit completely her decision. I started working more to compensate and she started taking care of the house and the kid. I am a pretty clean person and I help whenever I could or if she asked. I am an involved parent. Though we had another kid and I started working even more. At the end of 2019, my wife flew to her home country to visit her parents. Airports were shut down and all the flights were cancelled before she could come back. There was a lot of red tape to unravel here and we couldn't get her back home until May. Like I said, the only reason I didn't do household works was because I was working too much and I discussed that with my wife and she was also okay with taking care of the household. I have lived alone for several years and until she quit her job I always did my share of everything. I am pretty far from helpless. At first, I freaked out a little as I couldn't WFH and I had kids, 7M and 2F, to take care of. In the end, I figured it out. I was stretched a little thing but it was nothing unmanageable. My wife came back home in the beginning of May 2020. She was very happy to be home and we were all happy to have her back. There didn't seem to be any problem. Few weeks ago, we have having dinner at our house with one of our couple friends when my wife told them that I was miserable without her, that the kids were miserable, that the house was a disaster, that she had so much stuff to clean up etc. She basically said that I was helpless without her and that I couldn't take care of anything while she was gone. I kinda chuckled awkwardly. I told her that the kids and I were definitely miserable sometimes because we missed her but nothing other than that was true. I told her not to lie about me or my ability to take care of the kids. After dinner, she was extremely mad at me and told that I was a jerk and that I should have just played along. She told me that she felt awful that I could manage everything without her and she felt that the kid didn't need her and that she was insignificant. I obviously tried to tell her that it wasn't the case but she kept yelling at me and made me sleep on the couch. Here is the thing. Just because she isn't employed doesn't mean she can't work, doesn't know how to work. Similarly, just because I don't do things now doesn't mean I can't do it. I think it's demeaning to have me pretend that I am a man-child who has to be babied, doesn't know how to do basic things, cannot take care of my own children just so that she can feel better about herself. I don't think it right to portray me as an incompetent person because she feels insecure. However, she is still really upset and I am not so sure anymore. Am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for not going along with the lie? Not the asshole. If I was in her position I would be non-stop bragging to people about how great you had been as a caring father and understanding husband. You were basically a single dad for a few months. That's not an easy task. She should be gloating non-stop about you, not tearing you down. Not the asshole. She tried to throw you under the bus in front of your friends and expected you to just suck it up and play the poor useless husband who can't cope. Ask yourself what she would have said had you done what she did and brought up how easily you coped without her and that she clearly didn't do much. How would she have reacted? Would she have just played along? Not the asshole. Your wife wanted to make herself feel better by bringing you down in front of her friends and then expecting you to go along with it. It's not like she discussed this with you before you both had dinner with the friends. She's mad because she got caught in her own lies and it's her own fault. She's being unreasonable and it's not your fault. You stepped up even more when she was unavailable. It sounds like she needs to seek help for those insecurities. Not the asshole. Lying about your competence as a parent caregiver in front of your friends and humiliating you is not the way to make herself feel needed. That's actually really fucked up. I don't see how any reasonable person could blame you for refusing to along with the lie. Your wife does not seem very emotionally mature. Did you tell her you felt demeaned? Not the asshole at all. It really says a lot about her that she would say that about you in front of friends. Apparently her feelings are more valid than yours and you should be able to handle her saying demeaning things about you. Good on you for standing up for yourself. Not the asshole. I always speak up for my husband and relay all the things he has done for me and for our child. I let people know he is an exceptional father, husband, and helper. Your wife is supposed to be your advocate and she is the asshole majorly for insulating you and trying to pass it off as a cute little man-hating joke. That's just me. I have left at least 3 friend groups in my 5-year marriage because all the women wanted to do was sit around and fuss about their husbands and try to belittle me for refusing to do the same. You deserve better treatment. Op. Question mark, question mark, question mark. I swear I've seen this same exact post before. WTF. Is it only me? Not the asshole. Good partners build each other up, not tear each other down. She basically shit all over how much hard work you put into keeping things running while she was gone just to soothe her bruised ego. Not the asshole. My husband is 100% capable of being an adult if I'm not around. The entertainment industry, for decades, has made fun of men that try to take care of the home. Just watch the movie, Mr. Mom. It infuriates me to see this. Gender equality goes both ways. I adore taking care of my family, but I'm not naive enough to believe that if I go away for a few months my husband wouldn't be capable of adulting. Not the asshole. And if the wife wants to have a tantrum in solitude, she can go sleep on the couch. Not the asshole. She decided to deal with her insecurities by tearing you down in front of your friends, which is absolutely not okay. She made herself look like a fool by lying. Not the asshole. Why do you have to sleep on the couch because she is mad at you for something she started? That's sexist. Go to your bed and sleep there tonight. If she doesn't like it, she can go sleep on the couch. Therapy, dude. If I had a husband who could be even mildly competent while I was gone, I would shout it from the rooftops. Her comment about feeling unnecessary shows some deep-rooted insecurity. NTA insecurity is no excuse for bullying your spouse. Disgusting behavior from your wife. I wonder what she's been saying about you to people behind your back. Also, next time she doesn't want to sleep in a bed with you, she can sleep on the sofa. This exact same fact pattern a few weeks ago said wife was mad kids seemed happier with dad and not excited when she got back or something. Same family? While I agree that you're not the asshole 100% and I would correct her too, I think you're missing a point here. She said it feels like you don't need her and could live without her, and that's something you should address and make sure she knows how valued she is and a good mother and wife. Not the asshole. People have outlined all the reasons above. The one thing I'll say is that if you actually mentioned lying in front of your friends, that's a little bit tough. You could easily say, well, it wasn't quite that bad, we managed okay, but we definitely missed you, which still corrects the story but doesn't actually publicly call her a liar. So that's the one thing I think you could have done better. But definitely not the asshole for correcting the overall story. Double not the asshole. Not only did she lie, but she expected you to lie and got mad when you didn't. Not the asshole. I hate this narrative. My wife does miniature versions of this slight embellishment meant to make her seem more important to the household than she is, and it's incredibly annoying. Part of me wants to passive-aggressively start living as that made-up version of myself so that she can see just how bad it'd be for her if I were really like that, but being passive-aggressive is childish. Either way, neither here nor there. She should be singing your praises, not tearing you down. And, maid, you sleep on the couch. Come on, that's ridiculous. Don't let her do that anymore. It's your house too. If you want to sleep in the bed, do it. If she doesn't want to sleep with you, then she can go to the couch. Lots of red flags in general in this story. Not the asshole. I kind of want to say nah, but it depends on your wife's thinking. I mean, I don't think she would have been happy to have come home to crying kids and a disaster of a house. But I think she may have felt that she wasn't needed. To some people, not all, it's not a blanket statement. Not being needed is the same as not being wanted. She may have come home and seen that everything was taken care of and wondered, if he doesn't need me here, why would he want me here? And still feels that way. Or, she may have been making a joke at your expense. Don't know. Either way, you are definitely not ta. Whichever is the case, having an open conversation with your wife about your feelings, and hers, is probably needed. There had to have been a way for her to say, yes, he can take care of the house and the kids. Just like I could work outside the home if I had to, but it's better when there are two of us to split the load of working outside the home and taking care of the house and the kids. I'm proud of him for being able to take it on, but I'm happy to be back home and doing my part so we can both be less stressed. Wait, she could have said that. Not the asshole. I am sure I read this same thing a while back. Not the asshole. Instead of telling her friends she has a competent hard-working partner, she told them a lie. You just told them the truth. Good for you. Not the asshole. Your wife lie is a signal that she might have doubts about her contribution to the family dynamics. It has nothing to do with you being more than able to care of your family, and your job, and your home while she was away. Your response at her charade was justified. She shouldn't make up stories to make herself feel better. She gaslighted you in front of her friends. Your wife needs some honest look into her own feeling and if necessary reconsider her choices about staying at home. Very likely she is clueless about how insecure she feels and the true root cause of them. I agree with everyone saying she's wrong, but I also disagree 100% with comments saying Op is a super dad or super husband or, wow if my husband did that. I thinks it's great that Op could manage his time and believe wife should be very grateful for that because changing a routine is complicated, but it also doesn't make Op a superman. It makes him a functional adult. You guys have to stop expecting men to be a bunch of big babies. Not the asshole. She needs to understand that her value in this relationship is not the domestic services that she provides but her value as a person, as a mother and as your life partner. Of course life is easier and better with her, but that doesn't mean you couldn't make it work as a single parent when forced to. Not the asshole. So, it's acceptable to her that she lies about your competence as a father and homemaker to make herself look better in front of her friends, but she's angry that you didn't just roll over and play along so her friends could agree that you're useless? That's pretty fucked up. Someone has a very fragile ego. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Your wife tried to gaslight you just because she was feeling insecure. If she was feeling this way, she should have talked to you about it in private rather than make you look like an incompetent husband in front of guests. Not only was it wrong of her to lie, it was straight up disrespectful. She basically brushed off the fact that you did the work of two parents for months and managed to handle it well instead of telling your friends how happy and proud she was that you were able to juggle so much stuff. Not the asshole. I don't understand how people want equality in relationships but want to continue utilizing outdated archetype of your spouse. Only you are the asshole I see is you agreeing to sleep on the couch. It's house if she has an issue sleeping in the same bed she can find somewhere else to sleep. I never understood that stupid trope either. It's a shared household, you don't kick people out of their own bedroom. I would be so happy to be able to stay a night out without coming to a home with an absolute mess upside down face nta. Your wife should be proud. Wow, your wife sounds very toxic. Not the asshole, you did a great job. Your wife is pissed because you are not helpless without her. Lol, she used a classic move. She gets mad at you to distract you from the fact that you should be mad at her for telling people you're a hopeless and unfit parent. Not the asshole. And #X200B. Next time try and recognize this move when she does it and call her out. Not the asshole. If what you've presented here is the whole story, she was wrong to lie about you in front of guests. However, does she acknowledge that this was indeed a deliberate lie in those words and is hiding behind hurt and feeling unappreciated? She just hid her feelings for months until the dinner party? Or is there a chance she genuinely feels that you didn't get along well without her, leaving a messy house, etc.? It sounds like the answer is the former, but I'm giving her a tiny benefit of the doubt because this seems weird. Either way, you're not the asshole because it sounds like she doesn't express her feelings well, and should be more supportive of you. Not the asshole. You are awesome, but she may be internalizing how she feels about some other stuff. Sometimes when my husband does all my jobs, according to our division of labor, and comes in and does them really well, better or faster or whatever, I feel weird. BC, since I do those jobs all day every day, they have me overwhelmed and irritable sometimes. Maybe she feels like your success undermines the times that she struggles? BC, I get that. I really do. You're still awesome and did a good job though. Not the asshole. Your wife puts you down to build herself up. That's some crazy logic. I think you're absolutely right to be offended to be made out as a useless dad when she was away, just because she's insecure. Looks to me she's trying to play into the whole toxic, my man doesn't know how to do anything without me lolololol, trope. If I was her, I wouldn't shut up about how amazing you've done to all of my friends. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Most women would be thrilled to have a partner that can manage work, kids, and the house on their own, but there's always someone who has gotta be a critic. Not the asshole. You did a good job taking care of things. She wants you to pretend you didn't so she can lie to people. She needs to grow up. She tried to make you seem like an idiot who couldn't take care of yourself. You are a great father and what she did is a big red flag and I can definitely see her doing this in the future. Not the asshole. Don't we shun relationship questions? Not the asshole. Your wife shouldn't be pushing you down to raise herself up. I wouldn't have been the one sleeping on the couch. I would have made it very clear that if she wants to tantrum and insist on sleeping separately, then the one who told lies about their partner is the one that gives up the bed. Not the asshole. And wife should learn that wanting someone versus needing them is more powerful. You are entirely capable of caring for your kids without her, but you choose every day for the life you two have together. She is creating discord where there was none instead of appreciating the fact that she married a capable man who stepped up when needed. Not the asshole. It was horrible. She wanted to pretend you were useless to your friends. Obviously you would prefer to have her home so you didn't have to do both jobs, but if she's offended you stepped up and the children didn't suffer, then she really should get over herself. She was tearing you down in front of people to make herself feel important. What if you said as a psalm she could keep the house a lot cleaner and take better care of the kids? Or she should actually contribute to the household by getting a real job. Would that be okay? She wouldn't have a problem with you tearing her down in front of people? She needs to treat you the way she obviously wants you to treat her. If anything, I would be beyond furious that she could talk about me like I wasn't capable to care for my children and home. It's people with that kind of mindset that keep men and women in these inflexible and absurd gender roles. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Most people don't want to go along with a lie. Why would she think you would? Not the asshole, but seems she feels unimportant. Not the asshole, at all.